Welcome back, ARK players. Now, today we are going to be talking about something that many of you guys sent me after yesterday's video, which is about the long-lost ARK Survival Ascended DLC. Now, this was something that should have launched in Q4 2023, and so many players have forgotten about this, and to be honest, I did until some people started reminding me on Discord, but it is just absolutely crazy how much has changed. We're going to be reading through how much has actually changed over the space of time, and one shocking thing that we're going to go in depth into another video, which actually hasn't had any news on for such a long time. Now, if you guys do enjoy today's video, as always, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe, and let's dive into the long lost DLC. So someone linked me this, the Community Crunch 355, which was the first ever ARK roadmap back in March 31st, 2023. And this is what they go on to say. So they say, hey there, survivors, we're ready to reveal ARK's roadmap for the next year, covering various game initiatives, new platforms and media. The community support continues to be incredibly humbling and inspiring for the team, and that enthusiasm helps us drive towards creating the ultimate survival franchise. What we're planning has changed due to many shifting factors, but we believe it will ultimately provide the most fun and excitement for everyone who enjoys ARK. We know you're eager for the lowdown on our plans and more transparency regarding what's behind the curtains, what's evolved and what has sprung anew. We're ready to share that with you, but before starting, we want you to meet our new friend. Now, this was the last bit of ARK 2 content we actually saw, which was a concept of the Sabertooth. This was over 1.5 years ago, which I just find absolutely crazy considering, we were told we were going to get lots of reveals still over time. But since then, it's completely gone quiet on that front. But what everyone had been sending me after the video was what was planned for Q4 2023. The new paid expansion pack. We plan to release a new canonical story pack expansion pack for ARK Survival Ascended that will be available in Q4 2023. This DLC will feature 4 new creatures, which we'll share more details about later this year. Now, what is so crazy is the fact that, to be honest, if this is still a thing, which they must have had some planning around this, like they can't have just completely scrapped this because they had to actually have the idea for the DLC that there was going to be 4 new creatures. So what could end up happening, like we mentioned in yesterday's video, is the November surprise will come along with Extra Life at the start of November 2024, and then they could announce this DLC for then. But to be honest, with this roadmap, they're working, from what we know, they're working on each map separately. How is this going to make it at any point soon? So what I was thinking is they may do an announcement for this DLC in November, and then alongside that, it will probably be around 2025 if we're lucky, because the roadmap right now, if they're going along with their current release dates, what they've been doing, every single map up to Fjorda won't get released until December 2025, nearly 2026. So where is there going to be time and the money to be able to get this next new canonical story expansion pack cooked up in time for any point within that space? Only way is that they've got a different team working on this, but all I know is they've got their main team working on Aberration at the moment, and then they'll be moving on to the next one and the one after that. But they do need to make money at the moment, and I can't imagine they're making enough from all the premium mods and special premium creatures and the fantastic tames, and so yeah. But what we're going to do now is we're going to read through what the initial plan was from ARK Survival Ascended and see what has changed, because I read something earlier that I want to cover in another video, which just made me laugh so much how things have changed. So they go on to say, ARK Survival Ascended is a next-generation remaster of our beloved ARK Survival Evolved, harnessing the power of Unreal Engine 5. It will be released on Xbox Series X, PC, Windows, Steam, and PlayStation 5 by the end of August 2023, which, fair enough, they actually ended up changing the date to October, and then it came out in October. The base game will include the islands, survival of the fittest, and all non-canon DLC maps, which will be added to Asa over time, which is fair enough. They did mention this at the beginning. The Xbox Series X and PC players will be able to get it via an ultimate value bundle known as the ARK Respawn bundle. I completely forgot about this bundle, and it includes the ownership of both ARK Survival Ascended and ARK 2, which will be priced at $49.99. This bundle will be available to purchase from the end of August for up to 1 year, which would after which ARK Survival Ascended and ARK 2 will be sold separately. Additionally, the bundle will provide players access to a 1-month closed beta to ARK 2 in 2024 before the rest of the general public can play ARK 2. How crazy is that? Like, we were meant to actually get a closed beta. I completely forgot. And then it said PlayStation 5 players will be able to get their hands on ARK Survival Ascended as a standalone next-gen game at launch for $39.99. Now, this was the initial plan, so all expansion packs will be sold separately. Still makes me laugh. On all platforms. Do you remember how crazy everyone went when this came out? It was $19.99 for the Explorer's Pass, which includes Scorched Earth, Aberration, and Extinction, and $99.99 for the Genesis Pass, which includes Genesis Part 1 and Genesis Part 2. Now, when we go through this, guys, look at the release dates before that. Scorched Earth, Aberration Q4 2023. It's going to be July 2024 now. Extinction Q1 2024. Genesis Part 1 at exactly the same time, around the same time, Q1 2024. And Genesis Part 2, Q2 2024. So every single map that was part of the game should have been released now in the game from the initial plan, which I find so crazy. And then it says ARK Survival Ascended's launch players will have access to the island and Scorched Earth and the new revamped game mode Survival of the Fittest. These were some of the new, so crossplay. So yeah, they added all of this new stuff. Cross-platform multiplayer, cross-platform modding. We knew that happened. Cross-platform anti-cheat, survival of the fittest. Now, this is crazy how this has just been. We made a video yesterday as well saying how this has just been gone. Like, it's just never going to be played again. Survival of the fittest will be integrated into the main product as a fully supported game mode. It will have a dedicated team that will continue to work on more gameplay changes, mechanical improvements, quality of life maps, and balance and adjustments. The initial mode will be revamped with an exclusive ARK Survival Ascended update, including upgrades to the Unreal Engine 5, a Scorched Earth Survival of the Fittest map, a matchmaking queue, character and customizations with cosmetics, local lobby where you can group up with your friends, configure the look of your survivor and dinos, and queue up for lobbies together. Lots of bug fixes and balance functionality improvements. Our assets are being upgraded through the entire game. Newly designed holiday events take advantage of the next-gen pipeline released as mods, so they're always available to play. So that was something that did happen. But what happened to the fully supported game mode? It will have a dedicated team. They needed their own PR team on Survival of the Fittest as well, because they just didn't have anyone that played it. And then as for live ops, they did a final content update for ARK Survival Evolved. So that was something about the previous game. Official servers with the launch of Asset at the end of August. They were taking down all of the ARK Survival Evolved. And that was the sunset, wasn't it? Feature sunset. With the launch of Asset, will be ending the support for Primitive Plus, split screen, and procedurally generated maps. These aspects of the games will not be ported to the Unreal Engine 5 version, and we will look into releasing the source files for Primitive Plus for those who want to repurpose aspects for its mods. ARK Survival Ascended update. The remaster will have regular updates to resolve bugs, introduce new content, balance changes, and quality of life for years to come. And ARK Survival Evolved update will be limited to crashes and critical bug fixes. Do you think has anyone noticed if there's been an ARK Survival Evolved update at all, or is it was the last update just when it got sunset last year? I don't even know, but yeah, things have changed pretty much, to be honest. And what happened with this for the so all the maps are getting released on Nintendo Switch. Did they manage to hit the dates? No way. So Genesis Part 2 is actually meant to launch October 2023, and it's now launched. It's launching tomorrow, July 2024. So nearly like a year later. That is just, yeah. Things do change a lot in the ARK community, but I think looking back at this, it's a shame that how much does change. And, you know, as an ARK player, you always do expect this kind of changes and everything like that. But I do miss these days when we had all this to look forward to. But hopefully, by the time we move into November, we'll get some actual news coming from the team on things that we need to know, because we don't really know the future right now for the game. We know that Aberration and some of the next story maps are coming out, but that's pretty much it at the moment. So Let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section down below. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video very soon. See you guys then.